Hey girlies! As you can tell by the title of this video, I built a dragon in Bloxburg, but I left out a super duper small detail and I forgot to record myself building the dragon. To be fair, I was really locked in and the idea of recording only crossed my mind after I finished the build, so instead I'll be explaining my thought process and kind of show you how I built the dragon step by step. Okay, for some background information, I usually build something for Chinese New Year, and this has been going on for the past 2 years. You know how the saying goes, new year, new me. So I had to step up my game obviously, and I decided to build a dragon, which I've never done before, but I've done like a showcase plot in the past. I'll put a picture up. Okay, back to this build. I started it on January 19th in hopes of finishing it by Chinese New Year, which I did, surprisingly, because I'm like one of the slowest builders out there and it would take me a month. Okay, I feel like I'm yapping too much, so let's get straight into my thought process and build process or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even know how I did this, but everything is connected to the head and I can copy and paste like the whole dragon. Well, it's missing some of the details because like it can only do so much. But anyways, you can see me moving the dragon around, copying and pasting, and going broke from doing this, but it's whatever. Oh wait, you can also see my screen lagging. Like, doesn't it look so cool? It's like, I don't know, but at least my plot looks cool. Okay, after doing all of this, I think it's time I show you like my thought process. So this is like a quick speed build of me, like, I don't know, starting the head. I'll show my reference pictures, but as you can see, like the bottom part of the jaw or like mouth or whatever is kind of like curved downwards and then it kind of slopes back upwards. And like, I don't know, I don't even know how I did this. All I did was use a ton of basic shapes, structurals, and the transform and resize tool. That's basically it. I also just followed my reference picture and hoped for the best. Honestly, that's all I can say. And then everything is attached to the head, so I just added all the elements to this like really rough shape. So right now what I'm kind of showing is how I made the scales. They're all beams, so I had to place a beam and like it was so tedious. I had to like transform every single one of them. I had to make sure the angle was right. Like it was just so bad. I used a lot of the cone, sphere, and like triangle basic shapes for the head. The spikes or whatever, they're all spheres, and then I just kind of curved them, resized them to make it look spiky. And some of the horns, spikes, or whatever, they're icicles. Guys, I wanted to save plot data. Plot data is so precious nowadays, so save it while you can. If you can't tell, I'm really bad at explaining things. So if you wanted to build a dragon, if you wanted a tutorial on how to build a dragon, this video is not for you. I also forgot to record this, but I built a koi fish. It's basically just all the sphere basic shapes and this other basic shape that I cannot name. So right now I'm coloring the second koi fish gold, and I decided to add a second one because I was afraid the first one would be lonely. And my dad, he told me that there's always a gold koi fish in every koi pond, which I never noticed. I mean, I guess I noticed now. Like, yeah. And my mom, she was so mean about the koi. She said they looked like they were dead because they were like floating on top of the water. And I was like, girl, just pretend that they're like some guardian spirits guarding the dragon or something. I don't know. Okay, moving on. I have a little life hack. I mean, build hack. I use these transparent structural beams instead of the transparent cube. Okay, first of all, I feel like it saves a lot of money. It's only $25 and it's a lot less visible compared to the cube. So a win is a win. Actually, wait, the only downside is that you can't like copy it. Well, you can, but like you can't just like copy and like paste like all the plants or whatever around. So right now I'm starting on the landscaping, or I don't know, waterscaping, because it's water. Guys, let me tell you something. I am traumatized from landscaping or like waterscaping. Oh, wait, scaping in general. I'm traumatized from that. You might be wondering why, but in the past, I mentioned this before, I built a plot for a competition. If you saw the image from earlier, Gilbert, I did all of the landscaping. So I had to turn and resize and color every single plant, a different color, a different size. I had to like rotate all of them. It was just so tiring. It was so traumatizing. Never again. So I feel like landscaping is really self-explanatory. So I'm gonna start a little thing for this video every time I do landscaping and lore. Guys, I'm so smart to come up with that. I'm like impressed with myself. Okay, so I have 2 lore thingies that I want to talk about in this video. So I feel like a lot of you guys know me either from my TikTok or French Rose's most recent video. I guess I'll start off with like my background behind starting my TikTok. So it was, I guess the pandemic was still going on and I was bored. I had virtual school. I was like, guys, this is the most perfect opportunity to create a TikTok account about Bloxburg. I was obsessed with Bloxburg at the time. I still am. So I decided to start the account. At first, it was more about a comedy and like relatable kind of like account content, but it slowly changed over time to like tutorials and inspiration and whatnot. I also added some more social media platforms to my existing one. So I expanded to Pinterest, Instagram, X or like Twitter, and I guess now YouTube. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I didn't plan on starting a YouTube. Well, I have been planning on starting a YouTube for like the past year or so, but I didn't know what I like should have posted or like I should post, because I was gonna post speed builds at first and like slowly expand to like commentaries or whatever, because I feel like that's what a lot of people do. I don't know. But then I realized that I'm so bad at like explaining things, if you couldn't tell already. And so I was like, speed builds are just not for me. And I tried to record a speed build, but the house, it turned out so ugly. Like, guys, you might think like, oh, it can't be that bad. It was bad. The house was literally a white concrete block. So I don't think anyone would follow that speed build. So I'm glad that I decided not to do speed builds. I think for now I'm gonna stick with commentaries, maybe move on to like other things. I don't know what. You guys can give me like ideas or whatever of things you want to see from me. So back to the build real quick. I'm trying to build a custom willow tree and I didn't use a reference picture for this. Well, I guess the only reference picture I had was my like willow tree decal. So I don't think this is accurate, but it's okay. We all know it's a willow tree. That's all that matters. And for my custom trees, I like to start off with like the vertical cylinders, and I slowly start adding these rod structurals. I use these rod structurals to like kind of make the branches slowly transition from like thicker to like skinnier branches, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll like talk about my life now. Recently, I've gotten more into like K-beauty, and if you don't know what K-beauty is, it's like Korean makeup products, and I've been like so obsessed with it lately. I just ordered like a fat order off of ramen. They're known for like their lip products, and I ordered like a bunch. I'm really excited for it to show up. It's supposed to show up on Monday, so I guess I'll update you on that in my next commentary video if I have another one. But yeah, I'm like so excited for that to show up. I've been trying to like pick up my hobbies lately because I feel like I've been falling out of doing my hobbies. Like things that I love doing, I haven't been doing them enough, if you get what I mean. One of my like most recent hobbies that I haven't been doing enough is keeping up and like watching dramas. So I've been watching like K-dramas, and recently I started picking up C-dramas, and I recently finished When I Fly Towards You, which has been on my list forever. I've been wanting to watch it forever, but I haven't been able to. Well, I feel like that's not an excuse, but like I haven't found the time to watch it, and I finished it, and oh my gosh, guys, it is so cute. Go watch it if you can. When I Fly Towards You. That's the name of it. Go watch it right now. But like, guys, I love it so much. Like, it's not just about like love dynamics, it's about like family and friend dynamics too. And it's just like so nice seeing like all of those dynamics coexist. And the lead couple, Guys, it's literally a golden retriever and black cat duo. And oh my gosh, guys, it's so cute. And then the second lead couple, they're like the complete opposite. It's just so cute seeing like all these like, I don't know, opposite dynamics. And this isn't a drama that I finished recently, but the other day I finished this like Korean film. It's called 20th Century Girl, and it's been on like my watch list for a while because like everyone says it's so sad but like so good. So I was like, guys, I should watch it. So I watched it. I was bawling my eyes out. I was sobbing. Tears were falling down my face. It was so good. So go watch that too. Oh my gosh. And I had school the next day and like my eyes were so puffy. So watch it when you don't have school or when you cry, your eyes don't get puffy. But like mine do, unfortunately. But that film was so good. Like it was so happy at first. Actually, I shouldn't spoil it. But anyways, spoiler alert. It was so happy at first. And then I felt like I just got like whacked across the face. It was just like, everything just went like down and then up and then down. It was like wham and bam. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking about dramas too much. So I'll talk about the build for a little bit. So my little landscaping build hack is that if you want to make some nice looking hills, go to the basement and use a roof. I forgot what roof I used. I think it was the mansard roof and then I resized it or whatever. Actually, it might not be the mansard roof. I don't know. I'm not watching the video right now while I'm commentating. But use a roof. It looks really good in my opinion. And if you want to like be extra, do what I'm doing and use some like of those semi-spheres to kind of level it out. And it looks so good, guys. Just trust the process. So I'm still working on landscaping right now. So I'll drop some more lore. The most long-awaited lore. Well, maybe it's just me waiting. But crazy lore drop. Some of you guys may know this, but I was in a French Roses video, and if you don't know who French Roses is, get out. But to be serious, she's a YouTuber, and I started knowing of her from her speed builds, from back in 2018, I believe. And oh my gosh, her speed builds, I loved them so much. Like the colors were everything. And I feel like a lot of Bloxburg players looked up to her speed builds, especially that like one blush mansion build. It's a universal experience building that. But anyways, back to me being in one of her videos. I'll just start with day one. Well, not day one, but like the very beginning of this humble story. So I was on my laptop building like a typical Bloxburg builder, and yeah, I'm a laptop girly. But back to what I was saying, I checked my phone and I saw that I got a DM, and I saw the name of the DMer. Is that even like a thing? But anyway, I saw the name and I was like, there's no way. I even clicked on her profile to make sure it wasn't an impersonator because I was like, this can't be real. Wait, I'm so sorry to interrupt the story, but if you can't tell what's happening, like back to the build real quick, like rewind back to the build. My building style, or like not style, but like my build process is trial and error. This is part of the reason why I cannot do speed builds. Like I tried like 3 or 4 different ways to build this pavilion and all of them just did not work out until I was like, wait, I could have just used a vertical cylinder this whole time. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I opened her DM and it said like, hey girl, like, do you want to be a part of my video? Like, if so, like, let me know. And it would probably take place like next week. And I was like, whoa. I said yes. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh wait, there's a slight hitch. I was on winter break and my winter break ended like this week, like that week that I got the DM. And so the week that she said like, oh, we should do it on this day, I had school. Like, it didn't like collide with my school schedule, but it was like really stressful because the time that we were supposed to like film and stuff was 4:30. And usually when I get home, it's around 4:20. It'd be so stressful for me to come home, drop off my bags, run all the way to my 3rd floor and like open my laptop and log on. Like that would take so long. So I'm really glad that I didn't have school for that whole week. So that's great. Okay, fast forward to the day we were filming. About 20 minutes before 4:30, so like around 4:10, I was eating a brownie because we just baked brownies the other day I love chocolate, so I was like, I'm gonna eat a brownie before this. Like, I need some sugar before building. And so I was eating my brownie and I decided to check my phone. And then Noelle was like, everyone, let's log on at least like maybe 15 minutes before 4:30. And I stared at my phone in shock when I saw that. Like, I was halfway done with my brownie. Like, I was trying to enjoy it and stuff, and I was like, oh no. So I shoved the rest of the brownie in my mouth, turned off my phone, ran all the way upstairs, and like logged on. I was so stressed out, all because of a brownie. Low-key, the rest of it was history, but one thing to note, the first like 10 minutes of building, I was so nervous. Like, my hand that was holding the mouse like was shaking the whole like 10 minutes because of how nervous I was. And I feel like some of you guys might be like, oh, you're overreacting. I guess I kind of am, because when I first got that DM, basically the thing that started it all, when I saw it, I ran all the way downstairs yelling for my mom. I was like, Mom, oh my gosh, you know that YouTuber that I was just talking about the other day? She just DM'd me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, story of my life. I could probably talk about this for hours if I wanted to. So back to my build real quick. I'm trying to start on the roof, and this was also a trial and error process. I started off with some like basic shaped cubes and I kind of curved them. I feel like I could have done a better job with the curve. Like, it's very choppy, but it's whatever. And right now I'm trying to add like supports to it using beams. And this was so tedious, guys. Like, I had to transform them so that they were like spaced out evenly. And obviously it's not perfect, but I feel like it looks perfect, I guess. Oh wait, I got a haircut. So I wanted to get like a hush cut, and if you don't know what it is, search it up. Hush cut. Hush and then cut. Usually I get like a wolf cut or whatever. It's like a layered haircut. I wanted to get a hush cut because like something different. I've been getting a wolf cut for like the past 2 years. I basically like cut my own hair, well, my mom does, and so I showed her the inspiration and I was like, oh, I have tutorials if you want to watch them. And she's like, oh wait, I got this. So I was like, okay. So she's cutting my hair and I'm like, it's gonna look like the inspiration, right? So fast forward, it turned out to look like a jellyfish cut. I mean, it's still cute, but it just did not look like the inspiration. And it was like a lot shorter than I wanted it to be, but it's okay. Hair grows out. Well, my hair grows kind of slowly, but it's okay. I have time to grow it out, I guess. So back to my build real quick. I'm building the roof for my pavilion. I think that's how you pronounce it. And if you don't know what a pavilion is, it's kind of like, I don't know, a little gazebo thing. I don't even know if that's the correct definition, so correct me if I'm wrong. And I didn't even realize how expensive this was. 42K. So change of plans, I used this like basic shape that's not a bunch of cubes to make the roof, and then I added like a bunch of structurals to it. I would have loved to add more like tile details, like individual tiles to the roof. Actually, wait, no, they're called shingles. Individual shingles to the roof, but I got kind of lazy, so I used rope instead. Same thing. And doing this was really annoying because the rope, it was curved, but it wasn't curved enough to fit the curve of the roof, if that makes sense. So I had to use multiple pieces of rope for like one line thing. And yeah, it was very annoying. This is kind of random, but I don't have a list of things that I want to talk about. I should have a list of things that I want to talk about to keep things organized. So I'm sorry if like I'm jumping around topics and stuff, but there's this one topic that I want to discuss. The old Barbie movies. Oh my gosh, guys, I loved and still love the old Barbie movies. I'm obsessed with them. Like, I remember being so obsessed with the Mermaid Tale series and the Princess Charm School. Oh my gosh, I have the DVD for that. And when they made their own uniforms, they were so cute. I loved them. And the tiaras, oh my gosh, I loved the tiaras in that movie. They were so sparkly. They were so cute. I just need one of them. Okay, so moving on, I had a friend that gave me the idea to use blankets for landscaping. Well, not this specific blanket, but yeah, it was a good idea, which they stole from someone and I'm stealing from them. It's okay, no one will know. Wait, okay. I love collecting trinkets. Like keychains. I love keychains. And like phone charms. Even though I have like an Android, so like my phone case, it's not suitable for phone charms. Well, I guess I can, but it's just like, it's not the placement where I want it to be. Because like for iPhones or whatever, it's like right by their like volume button. And so the only place where I can put the phone charm is like the bottom of my phone. But like who puts it there, you know? But anyways, I'm just like using it as like a keychain. Same thing. They're cute. So that's all that matters. So back to my build real quick. I'm building like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know like the actual term for this tree. It's like a pine tree. I know it's a part of the landscape in like China's like mountainous region. So I don't know. It's like kind of curvy, the tree. It's just very interesting looking. So same process as like the willow tree. I started off with like vertical cylinders and I slowly added structural rods to it to like kind of slim it out. And so yeah, tree. Back to like me talking about trinkets, I love stationery. So like pens, stickers, cute notebooks, like anything that's like cute stationery, I'll take it. Like give it to me. Oh my gosh, I've also been obsessed with blind boxes, even though I've only gotten one, but still I love them. I've been obsessed with like Smiskies. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're like these green little figurines. They're so cute. Like Smiskies literally describes me as a person. Lazy and nonchalant. Yeah. Okay, off topic, but doesn't my tree look so good? Like the branches are branching. I love it so much. But I wish I spent more time on it because I feel like I could have done better with like adding smaller, more like individual branches and the leaf work, well, decal work. Also, I'll put all of the decals that I used for this build in the description with the credits, of course. So if there's like a decal that you want to use, just check the description for it. Okay, so moving on, I started on this like pathway and I've done this build hack before. So I would like place a plank and then I would put individual paper boxes that I resize and stuff to like imitate bricks. I mean, you can do this with like cubes, but I did this because it saves plot data. Because like I said earlier, plot data is so precious. So yeah, I just use paper boxes. It does the same job. Okay, so while I'm editing this commentary, I'm picking up on habits that I do while I talk. So I tend to say a lot. And like when I say like, the K part of like, it just like sounds weird. It makes like a click kind of noise and like I have to like cut that out. Okay, so back to my build real quick. You know that plank that I placed all of the paper boxes on? I just transformed that and then I just went back into details for the path to make like these like worn bricks. Guess what I'm building right now? It's a little scary looking, but it's a panda. Yeah, you might be like, what is that? Honestly, I'm wondering that too. It's looking a little questionable right now, but trust the process. You have to trust the process. Yeah, I've never built like an animal before, like an actual animal. Like I built a dragon, but like that's not a real animal. So I'm building a panda. It's literally just made out of spheres or whatever. And I used a reference picture for this because I'm not that creative or smart or whatever. So I need a reference picture for this. And I went in with rods for the eyes because the spheres or cylinders or whatever, they're just not skinny enough for the eyes. So I used rods instead. I decided to name the panda Perry. And he looks a little questionable right now, but it's okay. He looks a lot better with his ears and once he's like colored and painted or whatever. And I decided to add some like bamboo because the reference picture I was using, the panda was like holding bamboo and it was so cute. Guys, this panda is turning out so cute. Well, Perry's turning out really cute right now with his like bamboo or whatever. Yeah. Going back and editing this makes me realize how limited my vocabulary is because why am I saying cute a lot? And back to the build real quick. Like, I swear my vocabulary is much more expanded than that. So please bear with me. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna be saying this phrase again, but back to the build real quick. I am adding some bamboo around Perry because he's a big back. Don't worry, I am too. Perry is my spirit animal and we love Perry anyway. So like I said before, this build took about a week, a little bit over a week to build. Yeah, so that's the dragon. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you the dragon's name. His name is Mushu. I named him after the dragon from Mulan. Look at all of my painstaking landscaping and waterscaping, whatever scaping. And look at Perry, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. And the koi from earlier that I forgot to record, and all my waterscaping, all the hard work I put into this, the pathway, the curvature, and the pavilion. I'm just really bad at explaining things. You guys already know this, so I feel like the build speaks for itself. And I love the broken like kind of pathway. It shows how like worn it is, and like the shingles on the roof. I love it so much. And so yeah, this is basically the build. Honestly, if I were to rate this, I'd rate it a good old 9 out of 10. There's always room for improvement, and I feel like I can improve on a lot of things from this build. So before I wrap things up here, thank you so much for your support. Like, I somehow got to 100 subscribers without posting anything, which that's kind of insane, to be honest. If you have any critiques for me about like editing or like music or whatever, please let me know in the comments. I'm like new to YouTube, so I would love some constructive criticism, and I'll see you in the next video.